Good evening, everyone. I'm Magdalena Balazinska. I'm the director of the Paul G. Allen School of Computer Science and Engineering, and it is my great honor and immense pleasure to welcome you to the 2026 Allen School graduation. And to all the students, it feels like yesterday that we were welcoming you to the Allen School. And tonight, we celebrate all you have accomplished here. You have taken challenging courses, worked late into the night on all kinds of assignments and projects and papers, contributed to the Allen School community in a variety of ways, and hopefully also made some friends along the way. We are extremely proud of you. We are proud of all you have accomplished and can't wait to see what you accomplish next. Faculty and staff, please help me express how excited and proud we are of our students by clapping and cheering as loud as you can. Thank you, faculty and staff, and thank you to all the helpers. Now to our students. You did the hard work and you made it. You also got some support along the way, whether from family, from friends, from faculty, from staff. Tonight you can express your joy and gratitude, so it's now your turn. Express your gratitude to everyone who supported you by clapping and cheering as loud as you can. Thank you, graduates, and thank you, helpers. I'm glad our future is in your energetic and passionate hands. Finally, let me turn to all the families and friends, everyone gathered here tonight. Thank you for entrusting your students' education to us. Thank you for supporting them through the good times and the hard times. They are here tonight in great part because you believed in them and supported them. So now, families and friends, please express how proud you are of your graduates by clapping and cheering as loud as you can. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, everyone, for being here tonight and for your energy and enthusiasm. I am delighted to start tonight's celebration by introducing our graduation speaker. We have had a tradition for over a decade of inviting a distinguished individual to offer some brief remarks at our graduation ceremony. We are honored that Jeff Jean has agreed to join us this evening. Jeff is an alum of the Allen School. Not long ago, he was sitting where you are sitting. Or maybe somewhat long ago, he received his PhD in 1996, working with Professor Craig Chambers on whole program optimization techniques for object-oriented languages. While an alum, Jeff has remained engaged with the Allen School, most recently serving on our distinguished advisory board. After graduating, Jeff joined Google in 1999 and is currently Google's chief scientist, focusing on AI advances for Google DeepMind and Google Research. His areas of focus include machine learning and AI, and applications of AI to problems that help billions of people in societally beneficial ways. He has co-designed and implemented many generations of Google's crawling, indexing, and query serving systems, and co-designed and implemented major pieces of Google's initial advertising and AdSense for content systems. He is also a co-designer and co-implementer of Google's distributed computing infrastructure, including the MapReduce, Bigtable, and Spanner systems, protocol buffers, the open-source TensorFlow system for machine learning, and a variety of internal and external libraries and developer tools. So if you're interacting with any of Google's products, you are probably running some of Jeff's code. And for those of you who are graduating and joining Google, you will get to see and maybe even fix some of Jeff's code. Jeff is a member of the National Academy of Engineering and of the American Academy of Arts and Sciences, a fellow of the Association for Computing Machinery, a winner of the IEEE John Voight Neumann Medal, and a winner of the 2012 ACM Prize in Computing. It is my honor to welcome Jeff to the stage.
All right, thank you very much for that introduction. I'm delighted to be here with you today. It feels like only yesterday that my wife Heidi and I were PhD students at UW, and now we're brand new grandparents, so time flies. Thank you, Professor and Director Balazinska, for having me today, along with all the other deans and faculty, and most importantly, all of you students. Today's a really big day for all of you. You've accomplished a tremendous amount in the work you've done here, and you've learned a lot while you've studied here. It's really exciting to see you all about to go out in the world and have an amazing impact during a pivotal time when we need your fresh perspectives and sharp thinking. So congratulations to all of you. All right, so while I'm not an expert in life, indeed far from it, the journey has taught me a few things. So today I'd like to offer a few pieces of advice for you to carry into the next phase of your lives. Growing up, my dad did tropical disease research and then switched to public health epidemiology, and my mom was a medical anthropologist. Because of their work, I spent my childhood seeing lots of different places around the world. I went to 11 schools in 12 years, living in Hawaii, Boston, Uganda, Arkansas, Minnesota, Somalia, and Atlanta. I got very used to always being the new kid. Experiencing so many cultures and different places helped shape my worldview and taught me that extraordinary people and communities exist everywhere, and one can find wonderful aspects about each place. It also taught me to be comfortable with the discomfort of not fitting in, while realizing I could find a sense of belonging anywhere. So my first piece of advice, embrace every experience. You will inevitably end up in an unexpected place in your life, but you can find value and learn something from it, something new, if you're open to finding it. So I went to University of Minnesota as an undergrad, where I had the great fortune to meet my wife Heidi nearly 40 years ago. During my senior year, I took a class on parallel computing and got excited when introduced to neural networks. They could solve interesting toy-sized problems in ways that other methods could not at that time, but they didn't scale to really tackle real-world problems that mattered. I thought perhaps the key was just to use many processors instead of just one to enable training larger neural nets. So I did an undergraduate research project on parallel algorithms for training neural nets. Naive me thought if we could just get the 32 processor machine in the department to train a neural net instead of just one processor, we could do amazing things. Turns out we needed about 1 million times more processing power, not 32, to get neural nets to actually be able to tackle real-world problems. But I filed that experience away, thinking it might be useful when computers did indeed grow more powerful. And sure enough, around 2012, thanks to Moore's Law and decades of gains in computing performance, we actually started to have computers that were 1 million times more powerful than the ones we had in 1990. That leap, along with specialized hardware for machine learning, helped launch the modern revolution around deep learning and AI. My second piece of advice stems from this. Be patient and persistent. It took over 20 years for technology to catch up with some research ideas I explored as a senior and undergrad, but I kept moving forward. When the time is right, you may find that something you learned a while ago can now help you achieve something that was not previously possible. After undergrad, I joined the World Health Organization for a gap year, working on software to forecast the HIV and AIDS pandemic. I'd worked there during the summers, spring breaks, and winter breaks during college, and figured, when else will I get to live for a year in Geneva? While there, Heidi and I applied to grad schools together. I decided I would do a PhD in computer science and not economics. It seemed more practical, and I just enjoyed writing software too much to do anything else. Heidi was going to get a PhD in organizational behavior, so we applied to schools that were good in both of our respective fields. In those pre-World Wide Web days, you had to physically mail a postcard to schools to get them to send you a brochure to learn about the program. UW's brochure cover featured a stunning picture of Drumheller Fountain and looking towards beautiful Mount Rainier on a bright sunny day. Heidi and I were equally taken in by the strength of the programs at UW and by the beauty of Mount Rainier on the cover of the brochure. So we arrived in the fall of 1991, never having been to Seattle. I felt a bit of false advertising, though. It was 8 months before we saw Mount Rainier clearly. Back then, the CS department was crammed into Sieg Hall. If you're not familiar with Sieg Hall, it is perhaps not the most beautiful building on campus. With its cold concrete interior and arrow slit windows, the department was running out of space, so they brought in a temporary trailer next door. Sieg was so unfavorable that the sign-up list to have your office in the trailer was overwhelming. And I was lucky enough to get a spot in it, which we affectionately came to call the Chateau. In the acknowledgments of my PhD thesis, I wrote that my office mates in the Chateau were the best group of friends imaginable. I'm certain that my graduation was delayed by many months due to our constant discussions about nothing in particular, and also our dart playing period. But it was entirely worth it for how much these friends enriched my grad school experience. Another person who contributed to making my graduate career rewarding and enjoyable was my PhD advisor, Craig Chambers. He taught me about compilers, how to do research, and helped me focus on the big picture. I didn't drink coffee when I arrived in Seattle, but Craig lived for the quadruple shot special on Mondays at the Hub and introduced me to Seattle coffee culture during our meetings, starting me down the slippery slope of hot chocolates, then mochas, eventually lattes, and now cappuccinos and macchiatos. Coffee has continued to play a very social role in my workplace. I have a group of colleagues that we've been making coffee together for nearly every morning for more than 2 decades. Collectively, we've made more than 20,000 cappuccinos. About 2 years before I graduated, I went into Craig's office to tell him that Heidi and I were expecting our first child. His reaction was one of delight. Our daughter Victoria was born just across the street at UW Hospital, so this university is very special to me for many reasons. And Craig and I remain great friends to this day. In fact, just last week we were on vacation together, hiking with family and friends. Thank you for teaching me and guiding my research journey in becoming a researcher, Craig. And thanks to my other PhD thesis committee members, Susan Eggers, David Notkin, and Brian Burchard. I absolutely loved grad school here. I had amazing mentors and fellow graduate students, many of whom are lifelong friends and colleagues. Which brings me to a third piece of advice. Be intentional with your people and also what you spend your energy on. Take the time to reflect and to stay in touch. The memories you made with your fellow classmates will shape your future as it did mine. You can continue to learn and grow together and stay in touch. After graduate school, Heidi and I moved to Silicon Valley, where eventually I got the itch to join a startup. In 1999, I joined Google when we were about 20 people, all wedged above what is now a T-Mobile store in downtown Palo Alto. I was excited about joining a company with a mission that I believed in, to organize the world's information and make it universally accessible and useful. One of the beauties of software is that small groups of people can build things that have enormous impact in the world. Technology can be this incredible force for good in the world if we all use it responsibly and use it to solve good things. And I'm proud of helping build a company that has made fundamental advances in computer science and use these advances to develop helpful products that people use every day, like search, Gmail, Maps, YouTube, and more. I remember when we first realized that large-scaled neural networks were going to fundamentally change what we thought computers were capable of. We had watched one of our artificial neural networks, one of the neurons, learn to discover what a cat was without actually being ever told what a cat was, by learning from unlabeled YouTube video frames. It's YouTube, so there are a lot of cats. Fast forward to today, and we're seeing major improvements to our products through neural networks and AI to help people understand information better answer more complex questions. It's really energizing to hear the stories of people finding information so much faster now that products are more conversational. Today, emerging technologies are empowering people to accomplish more than ever, whether it's helping students learn or assisting developers in bringing their ideas to life, or all manner of other things. AI is making scientific and health breakthroughs never thought imaginable. For example, bringing expert-level ophthalmology research expertise to rural India to help detect early signs of disease. Systems like AlphaFold help millions of scientists all around the world better understand the structures of millions of proteins. It's also unlocking new climate solutions, working with humanitarian organizations to use machine learning to forecast severe flooding, for example. In Somalia, for example, where I spent some time growing up, faced severe riverine flooding in 2023. During that time, we worked with aid organizations and provided daily flood forecasts from our improved machine learning-based flood forecasting system, which was then used to help flood-proof health centers and more. It was cool to see the technology we were building being used to protect the same communities that had welcomed me decades before. I'm optimistic about AI, and I've been working on it for the last 15 years because I see its profound potential to solve global challenges. But with great technological advances come great responsibility, and I understand the mixed feelings and valid concerns surrounding both the positive and negative aspects of AI. We must intentionally design safeguards and ethical boundaries so technology and AI serves the broader public good, not a select few. As graduates entering a rapidly evolving world, remember this: as tools make the how of what we do simpler in some cases, it becomes even more important to be wise in what you create with these technologies. That discernment of what is important can be your superpower. I truly believe that every new technology has the potential to help us raise the ceiling of what the next generation will discover. In a recent paper on shaping AI's impact on billions of people, my co-authors and I proposed 18 different milestones that would make a positive difference in the world. Among them were designing systems to help improve healthcare for people around the world, building educational tutoring systems so that everyone can have an individualized tutor, building systems to identify misinformation so that people can better distinguish truth from fiction, developing tools that accelerate scientific discovery and engineering, enabling us all to do more, and creating systems that enable a stronger sense of community among people. These are but a few of the directions that might interest you, but most importantly, find something that excites you and use your curiosity, creativity, and problem-solving skills to build a better world. I have 3 final insights that shape my life and career, and I hope will inspire you. Number 1, continuously learn new things. Although formal school for some of you might be ending today, careers are long, and the things you need to know constantly shift. Don't be afraid to jump into areas where you're not an expert. I have done this in my work on machine translation, search engines, computer hardware, AI for healthcare, research management, and more. By working with people who know things you don't, you can collectively do things that none of you could do individually. And as in the course of doing that, you actually learn from each other. So be flexible, dive in, and you will emerge with broadened views and new skills. Number 2, utilize modern tools to scale your capabilities and bring your ideas to life. Remember, AI is an incubator for ideas, not a substitute for human ingenuity. It can draft code or summarize data or do any manner of other things, but it cannot replicate your unique life experiences, your empathy, your ethics, or your passion, or your view of what should be done. Number 3, work on things that really matter to you. Even if something is hard and you only make some progress on it, that is often better than choosing the easy path and succeeding on something that doesn't matter as much. Work hard on problems that matter, be open-minded and collaborative, and you will have success. Finally, a heartfelt thank you to the UW faculty who guided me during my own incredibly formative years here. To the class of 2026, always treat people with respect and kindness, and have fun in what you do. I am certain you will go on to accomplish great things, and it's awesome to see all of the proud family members and friends here today to cheer you on. Thank you for having me today, and congratulations to all the graduates.
Good evening. My name is Anna Carlin. I'm a faculty member and the Associate Director of Graduate Programs in the Allen School. It is my great honor and pleasure to present the Doctor of Philosophy recipients of the class of 2026. Each of these students in their PhD dissertation has done research that makes a significant contribution to the field of computer science. We are so proud of what they have accomplished. Students, please line up to my right as your row is dismissed. Faculty who are hooding PhDs, please line up to my left. After being hooded, students will return to their seat. Faculty will rejoin the line if they have another student to hood. And our first PhD graduate is Kyle Johnson, advised by Vikram Iyer and Sawyer Fuller. Dissertation title, Battery-Free Gram-Scale Robots That Move Autonomously. Taking a job as entrepreneurial postdoctoral research at University of Washington's CoMotion. Next, we have Rock Yuren Pang, advised by Katarina Reinecke. Dissertation title, Supporting Societal Impact Ideation Through LLM-Powered System Design. Taking a job as applied scientist at Microsoft. Next, Jiafei Duan, advised by Dieter Fox and Ranjay Krishna. Dissertation title, Building Robotics Foundation Models with Reasoning in the Loop. Taking a job as assistant professor at National University of Singapore. Next is Enhao Zhang, advised by Magdalena Balazinska and Ranjay Krishna. Dissertation title, AI-Assisted Video Data Management for Compositional and High-Level Queries. Taking a job as a software engineer at Google. Next, we have Jieyu Zhang, advised by Ranjay Krishna and Alex Ratner. Dissertation title, Towards Grounded Visual Understanding in Vision, Language Models. Taking a job as member of technical staff at Microsoft AI. Next, we have Vicente Arroyos, advised by Vikram Iyer. Dissertation title, Embedded Perception, Vision, Autonomy, and Real-World Sensing from Micro-Robots to Micro-Pantries. Taking a job as postdoctoral researcher at UW CoMotion Postdoctoral Entrepreneurship Program. Next, we have Avinandan Bose, advised by Simon Du and Mariam Fazal. dissertation title Towards Personal Intelligence, in taking job as a research engineer at Google DeepMind. Next, we have Bo-Wei Chen, advised by Brian Curlis, Ira Kemmelmacher-Schlitzerman, and Steve Seitz. Dissertation title, Reconstructing Visual Appearance and Process by Repurposing Pre-trained Diffusion Models. Taking a job as Senior Machine Learning Engineer at Tesla AI. Next is Kyle Deeds, advised by Dan Suchu and Magda Balazinska. Dissertation title, Data-Aware Complexity Analysis and Program Optimization. Taking a job as assistant professor at Boston University. Next, we have Ashka Desai, advised by Jen Mankoff and Richard Ladner. Dissertation title, Bridging Language and Disability Lenses in the Design of Deaf and Hard of Hearing Communication Access Technologies. Next, we have Jane Everson, advised by Amy J. Coe. Dissertation title, Computing is for Everybody, Pedagogy for Joyful Secondary Computing. Taking a job as program developer and researcher at Foundry 10. Next, we have Mars Gao, advised by J. Nathan Kutz. Dissertation title, Interpretable Machine Learning and Governing Law Discovery. Taking a job as postdoctoral scholar at Stanford AI Lab. Next, we have Jonathan Hayase, advised by Si-Woong Oh. Dissertation title, On Internal Interfaces in Machine Learning Systems. Taking a job as assistant professor at the University of Texas at Austin. Next, we have Carolina Higuera Arias, advised by Byron Boots. Dissertation title, Towards Tactile Intelligence, Grounding Robot Manipulation Models in Multisensory Contact. Taking a job as research scientist at Amazon Industrial Robotics Group. Next is Duqian Huang, advised by Simon Peter. Dissertation title, High Performance Transaction Processing in Disk-Based Databases. Taking a job as software engineer at Microsoft Azure. Next, we have Linxing Jiang, advised by Rajesh P. Rao. Dissertation title, Inferring Spatiotemporal Structure Through Self-Supervised Learning from Predictive Coding to Neuro Foundation Models. Taking a job as co-founder at mindmorphic.ai. Next, we have Li-Wei Jiang, advised by Yejin Choi. Dissertation title, Humanistic, Pluralistic, and Co-Evolutionary AI Safety and Alignment. taking a job as research scientist at NVIDIA and assistant professor at the University of California, Irvine. Next, we have Tay Jones, advised by Sean Munson and James Fogarty. Dissertation title, Designing for Engagement, Barriers and Challenges to Participating in Health HCI Research. Taking a job as National Library of Medicine postdoctoral fellow at University of Washington, Department of Biomedical Informatics and Medical Education. Next, we have Jae-hun Jeong, advised by Yejin Choi. Dissertation titled, The Science of Synthetic Data for Language Models, Search, Verification, and Scaling. Taking a job as founding researcher at Stealth. Next, we have Aditya Kamath, advised by Simon Peter. Dissertation title, Mitigating the Impact of Data Movement in Memory-Intensive Applications, taking a job as research software engineer at Google. Next, we have Johanna Karas, advised by Ira Kemmelmacher-Schlitzerman and Steve Seitz. Dissertation titled, Generative AI for Lifelike Digital Garment Visualization, taking a job as research scientist at NVIDIA. Next, we have Mo Kayali, advised by Dan Suchu. Dissertation title, Semantic Data Management, Discovery, Integration, and Querying Under Heterogeneity. Taking a job as research scientist, foundational AI, and recommendation at Meta. Next, we have Tiernan Kennedy, advised by Chris Thachuk. Dissertation title, Toward Robust DNA Strand Displacement Circuits Through Systematic Multi-Objective Design Optimization. Next, we have Sneha Kudugunta, advised by Luke Zettelmoyer. Dissertation title, Fixing the Foundation, Principled Approaches to Data Curation and Compute Scaling, taking a job as senior research scientist at DeepMind. Next, we have Jeffrey Lee, advised by Ludwig Schmidt and Alex Ratner. Dissertation title, Systematic Explorations for Data-Efficient LLM Training, taking a job as member of technical staff at Anthropic. Next, we have Katie Lim, advised by Tom Anderson, Barish Gasilki, and Irene Zhang, hooded by Elba Garza. Dissertation title, Facilitating FPGA Prototyping with Hardware OS Primitives, taking a job as Network FPGA Engineer at Oxide Computer. Next, we have Ina Wanyin Lin, advised by Tim Althoff. Dissertation title, Human-Centered Multimodal Models, Specialization and Scalability. Next, we have Alyssa Liu, advised by Yejin Choi and Noah Smith. Dissertation title, Between Language and Models, Rethinking Algorithms for Encoding and Decoding Text. Taking a job as member of technical staff at OpenAI. Next, we have Jiacheng Liu, advised by Yejin Choi and Hannah Hajishirzi. Dissertation title, Navigating the Ocean of Language Model Training Data. Taking a job as member of technical staff at Microsoft AI. Next, we have Zishan Liu, advised by Sheng Wang and Linda Shapiro. Dissertation title, Toward Generalist Ophthalmic Intelligence Through Scalable Multimodal Representation Learning. Next, we have Ximing Liu. Sorry. Ximing Liu, 1 second. Sorry. Okay. Next, we have Ximing Liu, advised by Yejin Choi. Dissertation title, The Hidden Dimensions of Intelligence. Taking a job as founding researcher at a stealth startup. Next, we have Jesse Martinez, advised by James Fogarty. Dissertation title, Exploring Opportunities in Disabled Technology Adoption with a Games-Centered Lens. Taking a job as postdoctoral researcher at Columbia University. Next, we have Rachel McCamus, advised by Tadayoshi Kono. Dissertation title, Protecting the Satellite Ecosystem. Taking a job as Space Security Engineer at Apex Spacecraft Manufacturing. Next, we have Tao Nguyen, advised by Si-Woong Oh and Ludwig Schmidt. Dissertation title, Data as Foundation, Designing Systematic Curation for an Evolving Foundation Model Landscape. Taking a job as member of technical staff at Anthropic. Next, we have Lisa Ori, advised by Richard Anderson. Dissertation title, Pathways to Impact in Digital Health, Studies in Malawi and Kenya. Taking a job as research scientist at SB Institutions of SoftBank. Next, we have Artidoro Pagnoni, advised by Luke Zettelmoyer. Dissertation title, Efficient Scaling of Language Models, taking a job as research scientist at Meta. Next, we have Ameya Sujata Baburav Patil, advised by Leilani Battle. Dissertation title, Evaluating Interactive Network Visualization and Analysis Systems. Next, we have Jae Sung Park. Oops, sorry. It's too fast. Sorry. Next, we have Jae Sung Park, advised by Ali Farhadi, Yejin Choi, and Ranjay Krishna. Dissertation title, Grounding Perception and Reasoning in Multimodal Models. taking a job as research scientist at the Allen Institute for Artificial Intelligence. Okay. Next, we have Marissa Radensky, advised by Dan Weld. Dissertation title, Mixed Initiative Methods for Verifiable Controllable Creation in Scientific Research, taking a job as ML Infrastructure Engineer at Apple. Next, we have Vivek Ramanujan, advised by Ali Farhadi. Dissertation title, Across Stages, Compression, Representation, and Transfer in Deep Learning, taking a job as member of technical staff at Anthropic. Next, we have Daniel Ruelas Petrisco, advised by Michael Taylor and Mark Oskin. Dissertation title, A Qualitative Approach to Agile Hardware Design, taking a job as Director of ASIC and SOC Engineering at Mexcentric Technologies, LLC. Next, we have Max Ruttenberg, advised by Michael Taylor and Mark Oskin. Dissertation title, Task Parallel Programming on the Hammerblade Minicore, taking a job as member of the technical staff at AMD. Next, we have Rosario Scalise, advised by Byron Boots. Dissertation title, Learning to Fail Without Failing to Learn. Next, we have Melanie Sklar, advised by Yejin Choi and Yulia Tsetkov. Dissertation title, Structure-Guided Approaches for Robust Language Model Reasoning, taking a job as research scientist at Meta Superintelligence Labs. Next, we have Rajath Shashidhara, advised by Simon Peter. Dissertation title, Building Flexible Data Center Network Stacks for the Terabit Era, taking a job as Senior Systems Research Engineer at Google. Next, we have Weijia Shi, advised by Noah Smith and Luke Zettelmoyer. Dissertation title, Breaking the Language Model Monolith. Next, we have Taylor Sorensen, advised by Yejin Choi. Dissertation title, Steps Towards the Pluralistic Alignment of Language Models, taking a job as member of technical staff at Anthropic. Next is Ashley Page Stevenson, advised by Luis Seze and Jeff Nivala. Dissertation title, Physical and Computational Approaches Towards More Scalable Molecular Systems. Okay, next we have Sha Su, advised by John Froelich. Dissertation title, Towards Human AI Symbiotic Spatial Perception, taking a job as software engineer at Google. Next, we have Xinming Tu, advised by Sarah Mustafavi, hooded by Magda Balazinska. Dissertation title, From AI for Genomics to Agentic Science, taking a job as member of technical staff at PhiloBio. Next, we have Gianmarco Visani, advised by Armita Nur Mohammad, hooded by Will DeWitt. Dissertation title, Rational Protein Modeling and Design with Local and Rotation Equivariant Neural Networks, taking a job as machine learning research scientist at Dino Therapeutics. Next, we have Ruotong Wang, advised by Amy Zhang. Dissertation title, Designing AI Information Artifacts for Teams, taking a job as research scientist at Toyota Research Institute. Next, we have Hanwen Xu, advised by Sheng Wang. Dissertation title, Advancing Precision Medicine Through Patient Journey Modeling, taking a job as assistant professor at University of Pennsylvania. Okay, next we have Junran Yang, advised by Leilani Battle. Dissertation title, Reducing Computational and Reasoning Barriers for Dashboard Authoring. Next, we have Zihao Ye, advised by Louis Ceze. Dissertation title, Compiler and Runtime Systems for Generative AI Models, taking a job as Senior AI Compiler Engineer at NVIDIA. Next, we have Tina Young, advised by Franziska Rosner. Dissertation title, Measuring Harms and Empowering Users, Case Studies in Online Advertising and Generative AI, taking a job as Information Technology Specialist at California Privacy Protection Agency.
Next is Shinji Zhang, advised by Anna Carlin and Yin Tat Li. Dissertation title, Optimization in the Era of Large Language Models, Theory and Applications, taking a job as senior researcher at Microsoft Research.
Thank you. Next up is Liang Yu Zhao, advised by Arvind Krishnamurthy and Ratul Mahajan. Dissertation title, Accelerating Collective Communication for Distributed Machine Learning, taking a job as member of technical staff at XAI. Next, we have Runlong Zhou, advised by Simon Du. Dissertation title, across the reinforcement learning and language model spectrum, taking a job as AI research scientist at Meta. Next, we have Amy Zhu, advised by Adriana Schultz and Zachary Tatlock. Dissertation title, Beyond Shape, Construction-Aware Languages for Design for Fabrication. And last but not least, Xiangfeng Zhu, advised by Arvind Krishnamurthy and Ratul Mahajan. Dissertation title, Application-Defined Networks, taking a job as member of technical staff at Thinking Machines Lab. Congratulations to all of our PhD recipients. Huge round of applause.
I'm Dan Grossman, Vice Director and a professor in the Allen School, and I'm excited and honored to present the Allen School Alumni Impact Awards for 2026. We created this award many years ago now for two purposes. The first is to recognize some of our most accomplished alumni, but the second is to show all of you, our new graduates, that you're joining a long line of individuals who are changing the world. It's my privilege to present this year's award to two of our amazing alumni, David Dawson and Nodira Kusainova. I'd like to ask them to now join me on stage. And David, if you could step forward. David graduated from the Allen School with a bachelor's degree 20 years ago in 2006. He's spent the 2 decades since graduating building technology companies rooted in community, purpose, and the people around him. He credits his time at the Allen School with giving him the skill set, mentorship, and opportunities to help his career grow. After graduation, he joined Zillow, which was in its early days, as one of the company's first software engineers. During his time at Zillow, he learned the ins and outs of startup life and how to creatively solve problems. That skill set helped him co-found his next two business ventures, a loyalty rewards program called Stash Hotel Rewards that helps independent hotels compete with larger chains, and Leah's Kitchen, a dinner delivery service that makes home-cooked meals more accessible for busy families. In 2018, David co-founded Ridwell, a subscription service that makes it easy for households to recycle hard-to-recycle items and reduce waste. As technical co-founder, he built the original product, grew the engineering team, and helped scale the business to over 100,000 members across the Pacific Northwest and beyond. Currently, David is focused on helping everyday builders in his community use artificial intelligence to bring their ideas to life. Let's all congratulate David. And now, Nodira, if you would step forward. Nodira graduated from the Allen School with a PhD in 2012 and was advised by Magda Balazinska and Dan Suchu. She is the CEO and co-founder of Focused Space, an online social co-working platform whose entire purpose is the protection of human attention. She credits the Allen School with her clarity of purpose. She learned that technology is only as meaningful as the humans it serves. After completing her PhD, Nodira went deep into industry. She co-founded Streamlit, a developer tool for AI and machine learning engineers that was later acquired by Snowflake, and led the experimentation team at X, formerly Twitter. She was at the frontier, watching up close how technology was reshaping human behavior and affecting people's mental health. In 2021, Nodira co-founded Focus Space, which helps creatives, entrepreneurs, and academics concentrate on their work and achieve their goals through body doubling. Body doubling is a technique where people work alongside one another, such as in a coffee shop or an online video space. It helps a person sit down and focus on tasks they've been meaning to finish. Let's all congratulate Nodira.
Hello, good evening. My name is Dan Suju. I'm a professor in the Allen School and faculty coordinator for the Professional Master's Program. Together with Professor Cheyenne Oveis-Garan, the faculty coordinator of the combined Bachelor's Master's Program, we will introduce the students graduating with a master's degree. There are three groups of students receiving their master's in computer science and engineering. First, every PhD student who passes their qualification exam can apply to receive a master's degree. Most of them will continue towards their PhD. The second group consists of our combined bachelor's master's students. These students were among the best in their undergraduate class and earned a master's degree after 1 year of additional courses. Bachelor's master's students have made a tremendous impact in the Allen School with their research, teaching, engagement in the classroom. These exceptional students are ready for a great career in computer science. And the third group are the professional masters, are the students in the professional master's program. They are professionals like software engineers, developers, managers who are working full-time. These students are amazing. During the day, they have a challenging full-time job. During the evening, they take advanced courses. They also need to do homework assignments, do advanced class projects, read papers, write reviews, and learn the most advanced techniques in their domain. Many have families, and some even have time for hobbies. I don't know when they sleep, but I know that after graduating, most of them will continue to have a stellar career as technology leaders. I will now ask the master students to come forward and will ask the audience to hold their applause until all the names have been called.
Vidusha Singh. Nicholas Baxter.
Andrew Shaw.
Joy Young Go.
Ivan Lam.
Suham Rout.
Yogesh Balajai Mahendram.
Andy Ruan.
Austin Trapp.
Weixin Deng.
Andrew Young.
Chin Mai.
Austin Gebauer.
Sanket Gautam.
Owen Basley.
Oscar Fimbres.
Ayush Agrawal.
Ronlin Hare.
Ajay Harilal,
Alex Fu,
Jay Daramidikari,
Alexander Brannan Carswell,
Timothy Tran,
Kushi Kanwal,
Tubi Thornberg,
Parker Gustafson,
Christina Han,
Anthony Newman Gonzalez,
Clary Lee,
Tai Hee Yoon Kwon,
Janani Raghavan,
Devini Chidome,
Kenneth Young,
Ali Eagle,
Jennifer Shu,
Dee Liu,
Diksha Vatnavi,
Christine Cheng,
Ann Butotrowski,
Kevin Zhang,
Unitka Urorgan,
Tanai Varma,
Ed Kag,
Oliver Chen,
Maitrey Nair,
Anisha Ramesh,
Sachin Mukarum,
Oleg Yanchen Yo,
Christian Bianchet,
Samerjit Koshik,
Veronica Taseo Volder Nhana,
Dabiu Wing Kai,
Eric Uri,
Ju Wan Hickman,
Ryder Rodel,
Yang Lim,
Jasmine Chi,
Lawrence Tan,
Joshua Chen,
Kevin Wu,
Hayden Feeney,
Nama Amil,
Prunav Gopul Krishnan,
Anaya Pandit,
Jaichan Lee,
Isha Kunis Siti,
Sain Ray Shehi, okay. Abdellah Salama, Gaogang Wang, Nikhil Dandua,
Min Jang.
Moises Gama Espinoza.
Mikhail Ibrahim.
Yash Mishra.
Alex.
Diana Zhou. Anna Kuznetsova. Monish Kumar Kupuswamy.
Heyang Lydia Lee. Jolly Joe. Clarice Winston. Saket Kolapudi.
And now let's give a big round of applause to all our masters in computer science and engineering.
Next, we will have our undergraduate student speaker. But before we introduce our speaker, we would like to recognize several special groups within our graduating class. As we mention each category, please stand or raise your hand so we may recognize you and your accomplishments. So before we recognize the students, let's make sure we quiet down so that they hear who we are calling. First, we invite all students who received an award at our award ceremony earlier today to please rise. The names of our awardees and accomplishments are available on our website, and we encourage you to learn more about these exceptional students. Next, would all students who have participated in research please rise? Through your work, you have helped advance the frontiers of knowledge and innovation. We commend you on your contributions and achievements. Finally, would all students who have served as teaching assistants, members of the undergraduate student services team, or leaders in student organizations, please rise. Your leadership, service, and dedication have helped make the Allen School a stronger and more vibrant community. To all of our undergraduates, we are incredibly proud of everything you have accomplished. It is now my great honor to introduce our inaugural undergraduate student speaker, Vaishnavi Vidyasagar. Vaishnavi has been an active and engaged member of the Allen School community throughout her time here. She has completed an internship at Microsoft, conducted research in the robotics lab, and most recently serves as chair of the Allen School student group ComSquared, where she is deeply respected as a collaborative and empowering leader who always works to make sure the student voice is heard. Please join me in welcoming our student speaker, Vaishnavi Vidyasagar.
All right, guys, before I set up, how's everyone doing today? I think some of you guys dozed off a little in the ceremony. Can we try that again? How are you all doing today? Before we get started, obviously I have to do something on my bucket list, so if everyone can say a really big cheese really quick. Beautiful, let's get started. Good evening, families, faculty, and the class of 2026. My name is Vaishnavi Vidyasagar, and I'm a computer science graduate from Sammamish, Washington. It is a surreal honor to stand here as the first ever undergraduate speaker for the Paul G. Allen School of Computer Science and Engineering. Looking out at the 820 of you on the stage today, undergraduates, masters, and PhDs, I see 825 distinct paths that converge in the labs and lecture halls of the University of Washington. We're here today because of a massive collective effort. From the staff who encouraged us, to the faculty and TAs who mentored us, to the families and friends whose unwavering support was our foundation. Thank you. Can we give them a round of applause, actually? And of course, to my fellow graduates, thank you for being the best class possible to share this journey with. Now let's pause and take a moment to reflect on what it really took to get to these seats. We navigated spending not just hours, but days debugging blocks of code, all for the sheer adrenaline and satisfaction of seeing those green check marks when we finally passed the test. We learned to be comfortable being uncomfortable. Like the moment when you had to raise your hand in a class of 100 people, nervous that you're gonna ask a dumb question, only to realize half the class had the same question and was just waiting for someone to be brave enough to ask it. We lived through sleepless nights of midterms and late night lab sessions where the only thing keeping us going was our friends, our determination, and let's be real, too many Red Bulls. But during those long nights, I realized that Allen School didn't just give us foundational skills and a diploma. It gave us a system. It allowed us to build systems of discipline, curiosity, and a community that refuses to let each other fail. For a long time, I thought computer science was the system of efficiency, optimization, and saving memory. But my perspective shifted during my research in the Human Robotics Interaction Lab. While working on a project for people with upper body impairments, I spoke with my PI, Professor Maya Chakmak. Until then, I saw technology as a way to help. But she said something I'll remember forever. She told me the technologies we build allow the people to have autonomy. The word autonomy changed everything for me. It transformed our work from a technical challenge into an act of empathy. To me, autonomy is more than just a technical term now. It is the fundamental power to act on one's own accord, to move through the world not as someone being helped, but as someone in control. Taking this understanding to my capstone, we built a system to help people with misophonia navigate the world without the barrier of overwhelming sound. As computer scientists, we aren't just writing code, but we're opening doors. Like me, hundreds of you in this room have built projects that prove CS is a bridge to a more accessible world. So, class of 2026, we're entering a world which is rapidly changing. And some might ask what a computer scientist even is anymore. While I look at this room, I can honestly say I don't know the answer. But what I do know is that I can't think of a better class to define it. We're a class that pairs strong foundations with deep human empathy. We're a class of teachers, leaders, and entrepreneurs. As you walk across the stage, I want you to remember, success was not a result, but it was a journey toward it. Success wasn't the final green check mark, it was a resilience you built while the code didn't work. It was a resilience, it wasn't the job offer or the degree, it was the person you became during that struggle. Our success is the system of character we built right here at the Allen School. I know as you continue into the world, you will find your own definitions of success. But in the meantime, let me be the first to congratulate you. Congratulations, class of 2026. I can't wait to see the impact you'll make on your journeys ahead. Thank you.
Good evening. My name is Arvind Krishnamurthy, and I'm a professor in the Allen School. Along with Vice Director Dan Grossman, it is our great honor to present this year's bachelor's degree recipients. Earning a degree in computer science or computer engineering is both an extraordinary challenge and a remarkable achievement. Behind every graduate we recognize this evening are years of dedication, perseverance, curiosity, and growth. Each of these students has demonstrated the talent and determination required to succeed in one of the most demanding fields of study. They leave here poised to shape the future of computing and ensure that technology serves and strengthens our world. None of our graduates reach this milestone alone. Behind every student is a community of support: family members, friends, mentors, teachers, and loved ones who encouraged them, challenged them, and celebrated them along the way. Please join me in recognizing these important supporters with a round of applause. As we begin the reading of names, feel free to cheer for your graduates. But please be brief, as we will be moving quickly and want to make sure each name is heard. At the end, we will celebrate together with a thunderous round of applause. And now, will the members of the Allen School Bachelor's Degree Class of 2026 please come forward as your rows are called. Bennett Lawn.
Vaishnavi Vidyasagar.
Marcin Anforowitz.
Elaine Zong.
Mark Alwan.
Edward Young.
Arthur Stedman.
Masa Nakura.
Joshua Tran.
Ethan Bai.
Andre Stancio.
Emma Lee.
William Baxter.
Elizabeth Wang.
Hinok Asanif.
Catherine Shong.
Eric Han.
Sumaid Panatula.
Chi Dang.
Aaron Tsai.
Clea Winston.
Nicholas McNamee.
Aaron Song.
Britton Wadsworth.
Ivory Wang.
Irene Lau.
Colin Lim.
Suhas Kanam.
Zhang Dang.
Megan Yam.
Bethel Bellet.
Lucas Kwan.
J. Dharmatikari.
Thrisha Ramesh.
Shivani Modi.
Leonardo Paredes.
Aditi Srinivasan.
Derek Chiem.
Bhavik Soni.
Samarth Venkatesh.
Kriti Sharma.
Nash Rickert.
Arushi Jaloka.
Rishabh Jain.
Maria Berova.
Makalapua Goodness.
Leon Bang.
Weikai Huang.
Ryan Cho.
Yinuo Young.
Daniel Lelevelt.
Agnes Yaiting Huang.
Rishabh Venkatesan.
Lirong Chue.
Joshua McGregor.
Alexei Yanovich.
Eric Jiacheng Lee.
Aiden Katsuragawa.
Kevin Bui.
Jehun An.
Larry Leo.
Noah Grinnells.
Heather Coney Bear.
Guy Cohen.
Joseph Griffin.
Kim Paul Singh.
Sahej Kaur.
Aditya Kampela.
Simranjit Basi.
Yun Tong Chen.
Rose Marsh.
Hyjin Zhou.
Grace Zhou.
Stephen Han.
Emma Huang.
Hugh Grommelsbacher.
Jesse Sun.
Janing Zhang.
Dia Yoga.
Toyoung Jia.
Shweta Narayanan.
Andy Kim.
Jaden D'Souza.
Ryan Kim.
Marcus Sanchez.
Kanhyun Bu.
Andrash Marto.
Jolie Davison.
Janvi Jagtap.
Samuel Florence Sullivan.
Lucas Dar.
Nandini Talukdar.
Giada Leme.
Salim Saridede.
Tan Ronald Loang.
Chendur Jayavelu.
Aditya Shirotka.
Aditya Arun.
Rhodes Tekle.
Soham Bosale.
Frost Yoki.
Jamie Gashler.
Yunjun Ko.
James Decker.
Hao-chung Lee.
Ramon Costa Patel.
Zihan Chen.
Ethan Rad.
Andy Nguyen.
Carl Pantino.
Kenny Wo.
Gyung Hyun Kim.
Johnny Ho.
Han Dua.
Yutong Chen.
Christian Covarrubias.
Connor Cleese.
Tren Vung.
Stephen Zhu.
John Lee.
Tamara Jaber.
Cassidy Kotona.
Shafen Reis.
Benito
Tosh-
Correa.
Toshfia Sharmin.
Martin Graytack.
Yasmin Schubert.
Cole Van Leer.
Eibala Turkarslan.
Nathan Lee.
Daria Levenkova.
Matthew Fan.
Frank Wu.
Ariane Verma.
Isaac Brown.
David Montiel.
Matthew Livingston.
Catherine Levitt.
Catherine Palovich.
Cynthia Gao.
Ting Shen Lee.
Kevin Duong.
Ashton Doan.
Chris Tong.
Zua Jun.
Justin Huin.
Rohit Maheshwari.
Ken Lai.
Arnav Mazumdar.
Jun Liang Huang.
Jacob Ortiz.
Gordon Huang.
Kevin Hernandez Ramos.
Matthew Pham.
Tiffany Tang.
Jiawei Huang.
Parker Devilish.
Serenity Hang.
Lisa Natochi.
Abian Nuv.
Shahnaz Mohideen.
Yana Martinyuk.
Mehki Alexander Polo.
Sahil Gupta.
Nancy Liu.
Kenneth Tan.
Nisha Sastri.
Dixon Tan.
Caitlin Vijaya.
Chris Ma.
Stiti Patnaik.
Evan Wu.
Mahima Uliar.
Benoit Lee.
Jasmine Zhang.
Davis Yang.
Essa Lafira.
Sean Eaglip.
Henna Chung.
Nate Daouz.
Teresa Tran.
Michaela Nicole Samonte.
Juan Nguyen.
Zihan Tu.
Ambika Shastri.
Anna Willis.
Jackson Kent.
Snigdha Mahankali.
Naisha Sinha.
Andrea Siri Chen.
Rachel Gunawan.
Cece Miovich.
Jin Lee.
Sahu Yoon.
Claudia Sobigavuyo.
Jiayong Wu.
Charlene Lil Liu.
Zilin Fang.
Carter Baptista Alan.
Huiyu Zhang.
Trina Dow.
Molly Park.
Sasha Batukova.
Juliet Park.
Lyle Deng.
Yufei Zhang.
Josh Cho.
Ayana Bharadwaj.
Benjamin Yang.
Jiwan Jung.
Nelson Nguyen.
Shriya Bulusu.
Sorry. Yashika Kanchana.
Claire Gong.
Jose Sanchez.
Shakti Senthil.
Fioni Helga Mulia.
Allison Yan.
Nicole Calista Ariano.
Madeline Brumley.
Maddox Scott.
Nancy Q.
Brennan Megan.
Dawn Mai.
Fernando Pazaran.
Harry Nguyen.
Hahana Roy.
Ethan T.
Rehan Leo.
Richmond Pham.
Masroor Siddiqui.
Shreya Shaji.
Matthew Song.
Kevin Zhang.
Aradhna Jasmine Prasad.
Timothy Huang.
Shravani Sharad Bujbal.
Mingwei Lee.
Noah Yosef Lal.
Brandon Keung.
Mara Mihali,
Colin Kwong,
Thomas Chen,
Thong Wen,
Nusha Seperi,
Alvin Lay,
Jessica Fan Massey,
Huijia Lee,
Vivek Sarkar,
Sean Kumar,
Zanshi Liang,
Sia Kulkarni,
Dawson Harris,
Sanjana Somayajala,
Jimmy Leo,
Johannes Bay,
Gabriela Pletoso,
Raj Patel,
Annabelle Martin,
Jimmy Lay,
Aditi Kumar,
Richard Hoen,
Raghavi Putluri,
Delano Moong Chan,
Hannah Lee,
Christopher Sellers,
Joban Mand,
Tai Ta,
Varun Iyengar,
Jeffrey Liu,
Vishnu Iyengar,
Vincent Phuc Vu,
Andrew Gazuli,
James Joshua Belos Velvar,
Niyati Trivedi,
Eric Nguyen,
Aneli Datta,
Nathaniel Chambers,
Vikram Balaji,
Jaden Jung,
Abhimanyu Sangal,
Mohammed Bagar Al Ali,
Zain Godel,
Vashan Mavranak,
Tanush Yadav,
Salik Ahmed,
Hamid Sorush,
Omar Abdel Aziz,
Guadalupe Luna,
Alion Muhammad,
Angelina Andoyo,
Sifat Hassan,
Elise Poniman,
Igor Akulu,
Yuning Hu,
Abdullah,
Cameron Garcia,
Yen Shao,
John Habram,
Tracy Shang,
Boyang Lee,
Brady Mansky,
Ishan Gupta,
Derek Wang,
Eric A,
Maggie Dwan,
Vinay Pritamani,
Nicole Wong,
Arnav Monat,
Ben Bryant,
Dhruv Srinivasan,
Paul Laporte,
Praveer Jain,
Helena Kaikonen.
Anas Sloisly.
Zach Kraus.
Deepesh Singh.
Austin Elliott.
Elizabeth Yuan.
Brian Yu.
Janal Chan.
Miles Stanley.
Amy Lee.
Adaberk Yildiz.
Andre Son.
Ansel Judd.
Sophia Lin.
Aryan Mahindra Jan.
Hana Smai.
Hawa Drame.
Anaga Rao.
Jonathan Wang.
Ankita Satanur.
Ben Wang.
Ikshita Satanur.
Adi Nadarajan.
Samiksha Sharma.
Ben Roberts.
Krish Jain.
Alex New.
Nena Aitaraju.
Eric Bay.
Kavya Dilip Nair.
Joshua Jung.
Christian Tartar.
Jameson Rudolph.
Zijing Wei.
Annika Lamb.
Ilya Babin.
Samriti Sivakumar.
Meda Gupta.
Amog Dumal.
Shashank Shripati.
Irina Kovalenko.
Anthony Chu.
Luca Palermo.
Aditya Tukral.
Derek Dalu.
Perry Chien.
Hadi Fawal.
Marcus Salvino.
Ishwen Wang.
Connor Thibault.
Ryan Rosendai.
Josh Miguel Hayag.
Mia Wong.
Mari Petribokoa.
Shengyi Wang.
Mariana Schumann.
Puyuan Yao.
San Lily Popovich.
Kun Peng Zhang.
Ryan Wu.
David Pack.
Sophie Kohler.
Caroline Zhu.
Suleiman JT.
Matthew Machida.
Antonio Ballesteros.
Raylan Kovara.
Yi Zeng.
Jonathan Shi.
Sin Aarons.
Halal Mufti.
CC Aarons.
Claire Wong.
Justin Dong.
Ronit Mazgaukar.
Tai Kemple.
Victor Liu.
David Lim.
Will Yun Lee.
Ali Al-Dahai.
Maria Pecheritza.
Jean Choi.
Ezra Amerga.
Derek Win.
Nathaniel Jonas.
Siddharth Saraf.
Tesfaya Biratu.
Muhammad Bahauddin.
Devin Maheshwari.
Boaz Wu.
Reeves Fowler.
Nikhil Nair.
Sean Chutrath.
Arman Kotari.
Jason Kim.
Vivek Shah.
Samkar Harilal.
Aman Gupta.
Emily Zinschlag.
Ronan Crawford.
Radu Richardson.
Daniel Khani.
Sean Ozinski.
Ayan Siddiqui.
Anna Pettis.
Anshu Agarwal.
Danielle Maddox.
Tanjal Shukla.
Jacqueline Benencosa.
Aryan Sharma.
Kaiyuan Leo.
Jayshil Pandya.
Jingyi Jean.
Dhruv Bansal.
Rohini Arangam.
Avni Rav.
Anmol Buller.
Kaina Nicole Divel.
Yu Zhao.
Cassandra Cardenas.
Sierra Lovelace.
Alia McRae.
Joan Ja.
Lizette Lopez Martinez.
Yukai Shu.
Singh Maui.
Ramses Lee.
Zainab Atik.
Ariel Cao.
Ming Sheng Shu.
Forrest Glembo.
Ming Grang Shu.
Dave Guo.
Yushan Huang.
Abil Matiku.
Angela Jean Yang.
David Maxwell.
Jason Jav.
Salim Moshe.
Bohan Jav.
Abdirahman Jama.
Yingshin Tan.
Ting Xuan Huang.
Sahana Egde.
Selena Wang.
Kanak Agrawal.
Stanley Yang.
Lavindu Devaditya.
Hao Shu.
Ria Afren.
Lindsay Wei.
Elizabeth Alvarez.
Hao Chuen Fong.
Lillian Win.
Shanli
Iyer.
Xing. Frank Lee.
Arya Gumedi.
Wei Chuan Sai.
Katrina Ye.
Zongza Wu.
Hannah No.
Zifeng Wang.
Run Shin Shur.
Vikram Menon.
Vejza Wu.
Gaurav Padure.
Takrit Rungrutwa Duakan.
Sahi Chitrapu.
Arnav Gogri.
Vlad Rad.
Iker Santa Marina Pedrino.
Xuan Cheng.
Ved Atal.
Jinghao Liu.
Kevin Wong.
Yuji Fan.
Marco Subotic.
Yuzheng Zhang.
Tanya Naveen.
Manasi Gunti.
Zarit Amien.
Aya Griswold.
Larry May.
Atish Dureraj.
Arjav Jain.
Benjamin Eastine.
Advait Anand.
Angelo Villacrez.
Archit Ganapule.
Haidong Nguyen.
Arjun Naik.
Adalberto Ismael Gonzalez Mendoza.
Meka Prince.
Aiden Carter.
Dory Wong.
Ahmed Abdi.
Tank Wong.
Emmanuel Velasco Guzmal.
Inyung Lam.
Keegan Tran.
Junhei Zong.
Robert Luton.
Venting Zong.
Andy Zhang.
KJ Kim.
Lisa Hui.
Brandon Young.
Joshua Yin.
Ethan Young.
Jonathan Zhang.
Vivek Prakriya.
Timofey Kachan.
Varshita Pinaka.
Abigail McClure.
D. Mao.
Tony Wu.
Santosh Shiva Thirumurugan.
Matthew Lua.
Yifei Fu.
Ishan Ratti.
Ethan Kogan.
Hirsch Bimani.
Jonathan Che.
Ishan Udusumali.
Hutton Grebiel.
Ronak Das.
Rohan Simon Shantanu.
Zaid Siddiqui.
Catherine Jong.
Yug Purohit.
Elsa Chen.
Rishi Sharma.
Ethan Johnson.
Srihari Krishnaswamy.
Jaden Hong.
Garrison Julius.
Ian Limasi.
Aaron Hanjaya.
Ong Win.
Aaron Tucker.
Suchin Jong.
Liam Shalom.
Sam Shin.
Solden Stoll.
I should have fixed this earlier. That seemed annoying.
Shane Nelson. Patrick William Hunt. Vincent Pham. Ishan Sinha. Maeve Sire. Lauren Yarrington. Elizabeth Eck.
I want to make sure that we didn't miss anyone. Going once, going twice. Okay, it looks like it. I would like to now invite our graduates to move their tassels from right to left. Families, friends, please join me in offering the loudest, proudest, and most heartfelt applause as we celebrate the Highland School class of 2026. Congratulations, graduates.
Congratulations, Allen School graduates. You are now and forever will be alums of the Allen School. We will keep you posted about the school, and we hope you will keep us posted about your careers. We also hope that you will continue to engage with us by participating in our alumni events and otherwise engaging with the school. To conclude our celebration tonight, once the music begins, we will have all bachelor's and master's degree students recess off the floor first. Students, please wait for the advising staff to dismiss your row. PhD students, when the music starts, please come back to the stage as we would like to take some additional photos. Parents of PhD students, please wait for everyone else to leave, and then we will invite you to join your graduates on the floor. I would like to thank you all for coming to our ceremony this evening. Will all of our graduates please stand for one final round of applause? Congratulations!